Okay, obviously circle theorems question. We are told that we've got points on a circle, that's fine. PCQ is tangent to the circle. AB equals CB, so that means that we could have some sort of isosceles triangle going across here. Angle BCQ, this one down here, is X. Prove that CDA, that's this one, equals 2x, and give reasons for each stage of your working. So this is worth 5 marks, and very often you'll get sort of 3 marks for doing what you've done, but you'll lose marks for not showing, giving these reasons for each stage in your working. Now, circle theorems are something that you've got to memorize. They're not on the formula sheet. They're really good for things like Quizlets and Kahoots and flashcards, whatever you use, because they are just things you've got to memorize. Okay, so when I look at this, this kind of looks like alternate segment theorem to me, because we've got this tangent and we've got this shape within the circle, but hang on, it's a quadrilateral, not a triangle. But I'm pretty sure that if I were to put a line across there, then I can start using some facts of the alternate segment theorem, and I'm already actually getting a reasonable idea of how I can do this. Let's just note down what alternate segment theorem is. In this case, when you've got this triangle that's inscribed on the whose points are on the edge of the circle like this, and whose points meet at a tangent like that, then it's true that this angle is equal to this angle, and this angle, so that's not x, that's bigger than x, is equal to that angle there. That is the alternate segment theorem, and you've got to know it. Now, you're not going to have coloured pencils in the exam, so you can't write all that stuff down, but I think we can use some of these facts. Let's label this one y. Now, if this is y, I'll say something like let angle CDA equal y, and then I can say then angle CBA equals 180 minus y. So this angle here must be 180 minus y, and I'm using a circle theorem there that the opposite angles and those in a cyclic quadrilateral, that's a quadrilateral inscribed within a circle where the points are on the edge of the circle, are supplementary. That means they add up to 180. So I know that y plus this one equals 180. So if this is y, this one must be 180 minus y. And I'm going to make a quick note here. I'm just going to say op for opposite, angles, and then I'm just going to write cyclic quad, and that's enough. Okay, I don't want to write an essay there. I just want to make it clear to the examiner that I know what I'm doing. So that's one reason. Now, if this one here is 180 minus y, and this triangle here has 180 degrees as the sum of all the angles, I know that these little ones here, these two little ones, must add up to y. So have a little think about that. If that's 180 minus y, then I need to add y to make 180 for all three. And actually, since this is an isosceles triangle, I know that not only do these two here add up to y, but they must both be equal, and therefore both be equal to half y. So I'm going to note some of that stuff down. I'm going to say angle BAC plus angle ACB equal equal y. And then I'm going to make a note here. Angles in triangle sum to 180. And then I'm going to say angle BAC equals angle ACB. They're different points. And that is, I'm just going to note isosceles triangle. And then that's enough for me to therefore say angle ACB. Do they call it angle ACB equals a half y, or y over 2. I can say that angle ACQ, that's this big one here, is equal to y, and then AST, alternate segment theorem, that's going to be enough. And therefore I have, x plus a half of y equals y. And that therefore means that x equals a half of y, and therefore y equals 2x. And since we said earlier on that CDA equals y, I can say therefore angle CDA equals 2x. And that'll get me all the marks. But the important thing is to, even when you're using things that aren't part of the circle theorems that you have to learn, this one is, that isn't, and that isn't, but you must note them down anyway, because you've got to put full reasons down to get the full marks. So putting all of these down is the right way to go about it.